Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And with this episode right here, we are talking What If Season 1, Episode 2, titled Episode 1.2. No, at the time of me recording this, they have not updated the website IMDb with the official title of the episode at the time of me recording. And so we know that this is actually the one that has T'Challa in it, played by our late brother Chadwick Boseman, as he has been taken into space, kidnapped by the Ravagers, which is supposed to be Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I will let you know, guys, this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap, a spoiler-filled brief recap. I'm not going to go like a play-by-play, even though the episode is really short. That's going to be later on this evening, today, Wednesday, August the 18th, 2021. At 6 p.m. CST, I'm going to go live and may talk some other topics. But right now, I just wanted to give you my brief rundown. It's going to have spoilers. You have been warned. But guys, I really did enjoy this episode. I think I enjoyed it just as much or maybe more than the first episode with Agent Carter. And I have to be honest, look at the synopsis of this. What would happen? What would have happened if T'Challa and not Peter Quill was picked up by Yondu as a child and became Star-Lord? Now, I will go ahead and be honest with you guys. Before the What If show started, I was excited that T'Challa was coming, that we was going to get some more Chadwick Boseman. And I was saying to myself, Star-Lord is cool. The Guardians of the Galaxy is cool, but T'Challa being Star-Lord, that just seems so random. I really don't have any interest in that at all. Why couldn't we have T'Challa do this or T'Challa do that or whatever? Him being Star-Lord, that just seems super random. It doesn't seem like I'll be able to relate to it. Relate to it is maybe not the best way or best phrase to put it, but I just wasn't feeling this before I saw the episode. But I have to say, I did absolutely love this episode. I thought it was phenomenal, and I liked the way they tied that into Wakanda. That was super dope. But at the very beginning of the episode, of course, we have Jeffrey Wright doing the narrating and all that good stuff, and we go to Wakanda, and I believe the year is 1988, and we see young aspiring T'Challa with his dad, Baba, saying how much he wants to explore the world, does not want to live in a bubble. And his dad, T'Chaka, is saying hey, out there, they don't understand our lifestyle. It's nothing filled with violence and pain and hate and just, stupid stuff. He didn't say stupid stuff, but you get my opinion or you get my drift. And, T'Challa wasn't having that. He's out there throwing his spear, runs outside their bubble, their little dome that they have out there, and he gets taken away by the Ravagers. And, Jeffrey Wright comes through talking about, hey, they outsourced the group or Yondu outsourced this group, to some of his subordinates, and they're the ones that messed it up. And I'm just like, man, y'all have mastered intergalactic travel, but y'all can't pick up the same type of kid. Yeah, one of them tried to give the excuse oh, all humans look alike to me, but I didn't like that guy in the real live action version, and I didn't like him here. Now, I will say that I am really liking all of the actors coming back to reprise the role as their MCU counterparts. We haven't got every actor, but we got most of them. Of course, we got not Peter Quill. We got Yondu, Jaimon Hansu, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, my brother, and then a few other characters in this as well, Nebula. But I think I jumped ahead too quick because at the very beginning of the episode, we see that he went to go steal that orb, one of the, I was going to say cosmic cube, but it was the Power Stone in the actual movie, and they didn't actually show that here. I was laughing at the exchange at the, between what is his name? What is Jaimon Hansu's name in this? I forgot his character's name. Korath the Pursuer, right here. Korath the Pursuer. So Korath versus T'Challa. I like that. This dude was really fanboying out. Oh my God, this is T'Challa. You are a legend. They brought a Robin Hood. And he's like, hey man, y'all show some respect. Should I use the gun? It's such an honor. Should we be bowing? I feel like we should be bowing. And he's like, bro, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do all that, I just like how Chadwick Boseman's performance, which is so cool, calm, collect, nonchalant, all that good stuff. Kind of reminds me of no, it wasn't Endgame, Infinity War, where Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner popped up and they were greeting him and he was like, hey, you know, we don't do all that right here. I got the same type of vibe, the same type of energy right here. And T'Challa just bobbing and weaving like Neo out the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? Dodging all these punches, and he just that badass, you know what I'm saying? And I like that he also, you know, recruited Korath or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Those brothers got to stick together even though it's in space. And he's like, hey, Ravagers don't travel alone. And then that's when Yondu's character comes through, played by Maka Rooker, right here on the top left, you know, comes through with the little arrow dart thing and all that good stuff. And so they go on and just do their missions and, you know, yada, 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 yada. But now they come up into, what's her name, Nebula, and she's trying to get the Genesis of the Embers to feed the universe, to feed the galaxy, and they put all their plans together on nowhere. Now, I was so surprised when we saw Thanos pop up as a good guy, as an ally. I was like, whoa. I was not expecting this at all. We get him coming back as with his voice as well. I forgot his name. Is it Josh Brolin is Thanos' name? I think that's his name. I'm tripping right now. But I was like impressed and like just shocked and just like, wow, I cannot believe, you know, that he's back or whatever, you know, as a good guy. So I thought that was pretty dope right there. I like also the way that all of the Black Order looked. Proxima Midnight. What is the rest of their name? I forgot, but y'all know who the Black Order is or whatever. They were cool too. I like that in this cartoon show, you can kind of show them having more action and, you know, flying through the air and doing flips and kicks and stuff like that. You know, that's cool in the game right there. I do appreciate that. You know, I like all that good stuff. And so it just, you're able to do more, in my opinion, when you have an animated, you know, feature instead of a live action feature. So that was cool right there. Now, I will have to say I was a bit disappointed with I forgot the collector's name. Like, is it Tavon? I forgot. It's something TT. I can't remember. But he did not come back. Benicio del Toro, excuse me, I'm sorry, did not come back to reprise his role. And that really wasn't a distraction right there. But I was surprised. I didn't know that he can box like that he can fight. I mean, he was a worthy foe, you know. That was pretty cool. I did not expect to, you know, I did not expect to see him be able to throw down like that, because he didn't throw down like that in Guardians of the Galaxy or Avengers and Infinity War at all. He was just kind of somewhat a pretty boy, you know, that collected a whole bunch of stuff. And also we see in here that his collection is so much larger than it was in the live action adaptation. You see, he also had like a dark elf in there, also Howard the Duck and all that. And that was a nice little addition. I like that too, a little Easter egg. But I have to say, I do like how agile T'Challa was. You know, when he escaped and Tavon was chasing him and trying to fight him, he was jumping all around, flipping off the stuff. And I'm like, man, that's what's up right there. I really wasn't expecting him to be able to fight that well, because he left Wakanda when he was a boy. And I was thinking he didn't get all that training, but apparently he still got some training in space like that. You know, so that's cool too. I liked the where he was trying to escape. He had his Wakandan necklace and he found the Wakandan ship, saw that his father, you know, Baba, sent like a homing beacon out there to look for him, and they got him all in the fields. Now, I'm glad that they had that part in there, and also a few scenes before that, T'Challa was having a conversation with Yondu and talking about how he misses home and stuff like that, and just was like, you know, saying about going back. And he was saying that the home was destroyed and, you know, it was a pointless war. Because initially I was like, wait a minute, T'Challa, I'm not really liking you, bro. I mean, I understand that you want to explore the world and explore the universe. So I can understand if you want to be gone for a few months or a week or 6 months or even a year. But you're just going to abandon your Wakandan family for like 20 years and not ever go back? You don't feel bad or have no remorse. But we find out that he was under the impression that his home was destroyed. And so early, when they did that 20-year jump, I was like, bruh, like, you're just going to just say F your people? That don't seem right at all. I mean, you can at least let them know, like, hey, I know y'all missing me or whatever, but I'm exploring the galaxy. don't just leave cold turkey. So I'm glad about that. I'm happy about that part right there. So that's cool in the game too. But I did not see the twist coming, and it's not like really a big twist as far as them trying to infiltrate and trick the Black Order and the rest of Tavon, the collectors, information and all that good stuff. I wonder why Yondu was also so afraid before they went. He was like, hey, if the collector has something to do with this, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And so that was interesting right there. But yeah, going back to Challa versus Tavon, it was a nice fight or whatever. He was hopping around and doing this thing, doing that thing. Prior to that, even when he broke out, I like how he was hopping. And it's not Proxima Midnight. I forgot his name, man. I gotta look it up real quick because I just gotta give the characters their respect. Avengers Infinity War. And I'm talking about the dude that fought Doctor Strange fought in Infinity War that had the telekinesis powers or whatever. What is his name? He was dope. Because when T'Challa was jumping all around or whatever, he looking around like, oh, look at your cute little acrobatics. You know what I'm saying? It's so cute how you got all this training, but it don't got nothing on me because bam, force choke, freeze your ass in the air and wrap you up with glass and all that. But it was Nebula that had to come save the day. Now, it was a voice in here that we did not get to hear from. And hold on, we're Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw, that's what I'm talking about, Ebony Maw. Now, we also got Drax the Destroyer in here. Now, Dave Bautista did not come back to fulfill the role of Drax. I wonder why. That's quite interesting right there. You know that he would have come back to fulfill the role, but for some reason he just didn't. I mean, he said that they didn't even ask him. And then James Gunn responded on Twitter like, what the hell? Why didn't y'all ask my boy? I mean, he didn't say that. He was like, what? And then like that new executive guy, Erderbaum or whatever the hell his name is, talking about, oh, there must have been some miscommunication or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that was interesting. Now, I had Guardians of the Galaxy 2 pulled up right here because I'm just trying to look at all the characters in here to make sure I don't forget nobody. Of course, because we did have Nebula in here. We had Drax. We didn't have no Gamora. We had Peter Quill at the end. No Rocket, no Groot. Taserface was the stupid guy. Kraglin, he was up in this thing too, you know what I'm saying? And so they was able to escape. Now, I like that Thanos was getting his ass whooped, and it was not when Proxima Midnight came down with a whole lot of staff and was about to F him up, Thanos came through with the heater, boom! Knocked her the hell off the screen or whatever. Then that big old monster came through with his big hammer axe and just started beating the crap out of Thanos. And it was a pretty decent fight, but it was 2-on-1, and Thanos up in there just trying to block it. Oh God, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, Thanos. I couldn't believe I was cheering for Thanos or whatever, but Nebula came through to save her daddy, and she threw the little embers of Genesis in his mouth, and that grew the little tree. They hopped away, punched it, and then just flew out of there, you know what I'm saying? And then they hook up with T'Challa later on. So, I mean, it was a cool episode that got the hell out of there. They made amends, and they go back to Wakanda, and that was cool. And they meet Baba, and they exchanging stories, and, it's just kind of, on 2 occasions, they was talking to Thanos, and he was just like, yeah, it was efficient, and it was like, no, it's genocide, player. And, I like the way that, T'Challa was able to talk him down. I mean, they didn't shut it in the scene in an episode, but they talked about it briefly at the very beginning of the episode. Like, he was like, hey, sometimes your best weapon is a good argument. You know what I'm saying? Same thing at the end where he was talking to Okoye, like, she was like, this sounds like genocide. And he was like, oh, no. Because it's random, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, you're psycho, you know what I'm saying? She blinking like, girl, I'm Dora Milaje, come save me. You know how people be blinking like, yeah, I like the conversation. But they be like, please come get me the hell out of here. That's what, she was kind of looking like. And, T'Chaka was like, I'm still kind of confused on how my son ended up in your care. And I would have ratted him out because this whole ass, no, I'm just playing. I don't know what I would have did, but, I mean, he probably know what the deal is. And so that's just kind of cool. I mean, Wakanda was already advanced, so now they can get more advanced knowledge and stuff from space, from intergalactic travel. And then towards the end of the episode, we see the actual real Star-Lord, or Peter Quill, getting abducted, or not and getting abducted, but getting, you know, talked to by his daddy, Russell Crowe or whatever. So what is his name? Damn, I can't remember nobody's name. What is Russell Crowe's name in this thing? I still got it right here. Let's see, what is Russell Crowe's name? What is your name? Ego the Living Planet. I mean, y'all gonna take my comic book card away from me, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't remember nobody's name, but there go Ego, Russell Crowe right there. But, you know, it was a great episode, guys. Oh, and one of the best lines to me was when he was like, "Oh, I like you better in the cage." He was like, "Yeah, from where I come, it's frowned upon," or something like that, about people being kept in cages. And the pink girl, she liked that. She was like, "Yeah, people being locked up in cages is whack." And that's one of the reasons she helped him later on. Like, I liked your words or whatever when not him and Cragler, but T'Challa and Yondu jumped the collector, locked him in the box, and then gave the bracelet to Catalina or whatever the hell her name was. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Yeah, I think I could find some ways to play with this," and she let everybody loose, and he was like, the collector was like, "Karma!" So, you know, it was a great episode. I did enjoy it. Rest in peace, Chadwick. You know, luckily, this is not the last time we're going to be able to see him, because apparently one of the directors or the execs was talking about how there's going to be 4 episodes with T'Challa. So this is one. So apparently we're going to get 3 more, whether that's in season 1 or season 2. And I'm looking forward to it. But I did it was great to hear Chadwick Boseman's voice. I love that. That was nice, accent and all. You can tell he was just loving the role. And we'll get a little bit more. And I kind of chucked up at the end when it was like, in loving memory of our friend, inspiration, and something else, Chadwick Boseman. I was just like, man, rest in peace, my brother, rest in power. I wish he was still here. And there's just, again, so many stories to tell with T'Challa, and just the reason why his character does not need to die. It needs to be recast. We don't have to rush and do it now. You can do it 3 years from now. Just don't kill the character of T'Challa in the MCU. You know, we don't have to rush, you know. But guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And come back later on, 6 p.m. CST, same channel, where I do my live recap for this whole episode with a special guest. But guys, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.